let's talk about this Karina Waterbomb deepfake situation, spicy choreography, military discharges, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You'll get there. By the way, I do have resources in my link tree if you're interested. I know there's so much going on right now. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys know your rights. So definitely go check out my link tree. But without further ado, let's get into today's news. So it was recently announced that aespa's Karina would be performing solo at Waterbomb Festival, which came with its own set of criticism. As we all know, she's still dealing with the backlash from her political controversy. For context, just in the very unlikely case that you haven't heard about this situation, she posted a picture to her Instagram story during elections week in Korea, when idols are very careful not to wear the color blue, not to wear the color red, not to even show the numbers 1 or 2, specifically to avoid showing any political association. But in her picture, she was wearing red. She had the number 2 on her shirt, and she even had a rose emoji in her caption, which led a lot of people to believe that she was purposely trying to promote the Conservative Party. SM, of course, has since denied this. The post was deleted, but this was huge. But aside from the conversation surrounding whether or not Karina should be performing at the Waterbomb Festival, which interestingly, a lot of people were discussing how this was Team Green. I could only imagine if it were a specific other color. Just leave the group and promote solo. Please leave the group and go solo. I thought she would be Team Red. Is there really any point in going there solo? Although aespa has a lot of group songs, they don't have enough solo songs to fill a whole stage performance. She suits it well, fighting. It will be a fun time as she'll be able to meet friends. She will probably perform up. So excited. What's with everyone being rude in the comments? But most notably, in the official promotion of this performance, Waterbomb has used a picture of Karina, but using AI technology to make her blink. So netizens started calling out the use of deepfake technology to make her blink. The official Waterbomb page uses deepfake technology to make Karina blink in their latest reel. This is disgusting. Sorry, but how is SM posting statements saying they're actively seeing people making deepfakes of the girls, yet they're letting Waterbomb promote their festival using deepfake technology on Karina? This is disgusting. Using deepfake tech on Karina is so harmful and dangerous. SM needs to have it taken down immediately. It was already obvious she'd be performing at Waterbomb, but more than anything, I just hope she feels safe and has fun. Her stylist really needs to take this seriously. This is in reference to a lot of people also discussing outfits for Waterbomb, that she needs to be really careful because, you know, Waterbomb is very notorious for quote unquote the perfect place for people to get, you know, slow motion gifts of their idols. And actually, I don't know if you guys remember, a couple years ago, Karina went viral because somebody made a post basically saying that she was a fraud because of her outfit at Waterbomb. Now, the implication was that because her chest seemed smaller, that she was a fraud, but so many fans came to her defense basically saying it's Waterbomb. They had to put her in tighter garments to protect her because it is very common for slow motion gifts to go viral. But I think more than anything, that situation pointed out how some people don't know how anatomy works and how some people don't understand wanting to protect yourself in situations like that. I mean, that of course was such a ridiculous controversy. Like, yes, if you wear things to compress stuff, they will be compressed, but I digress. So SM releases a statement talking about how the use of AI and deepfake technology on their artists is bad, but then allows whoever to edit for Waterbomb Soul to use the same technology on Karina just for promotion. Delete OMG. Why are you using deepfake technology on her? I'm excited for this, but please stop using AI. What's the urgency that she had to blink? Just why? Why use dangerous technology to make photos of people blinking? It scares me though. Could you not use AI on her, please? Why use deepfake? So I guess in theory, her blinking isn't, you know, the most egregious thing in the world, right? However, a lot of people have been calling out the use of AI specifically. And then of course, just the thought of being able to make people do things that they weren't originally doing based solely off of a picture. I mean, we already know where this can go, and we already of course know where this has gone in the past. So the sentiment that a lot of people have, from what I understand, is, you know, not wanting to normalize this type of technology because of how harmful it has been and can continue to be, of course. Do you guys also remember there was a huge issue with middle schoolers using deepfake technology on their female classmates' pictures, discussing huge group chats? I remember covering that story just because I know some people are going to be like, well, she's just blinking, it's not that big of a deal. I think what people are angry about is just, you know, the wider implications of this technology. Like, yeah, you can make her blink, but this also just opens the door for so much more. But of course, as always, let me know your thoughts. On that note of aespa, however, the group have recently partnered with Apple, and they released a performance video that was entirely shot on the iPhone 16 Pro. This literally sounds like an ad. Apple is not paying me. But you know who else worked with Apple? New Jeans. You know who else's music video was filmed entirely on the iPhone 16 Pro? NewJeans' ETA. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do think there are some people who are starting a fan war over this. You know, who did it better? Oh my god, such and such. But mostly people are pointing out the timing of everything, of course. Adore having their legal disputes with NewJeans members, but also some criticism because of Karina and her political controversy. I2Phone LMAO, which is a nickname calling Apple's second-party conservative voters. Fighting aespa. The iPhone boycott talk is hilarious, LOL, because some people were talking about boycotting Apple because of Karina's political controversy. People are calling Apple the next Prada. Seriously? The timing is insane, LOL. But honestly, everyone's faces are starting to look more and more alike, haha. I think I'm switching to Galaxy next time. iPhones just don't feel worth it anymore. They're blaming all of aespa for a mistake made just by one member. At this rate, they're going to end up like Prada. Now, there were some discussions about like the ad itself, basically saying there's no way these photos were taken on an iPhone, or there's no way this, no way that. I mean, a lot of people felt the same about ETA, but the thing is, with these ads, like for example, commissioned by Apple, and it's like all in slow motion and it looks really good. Like if you or I were to shoot this on our phones, it's not gonna look like that. But I remember in NewJeans' ETA music video, they basically said like it's shot on the iPhone, but of course they use like they're still gonna use all their super professional color grading, super professional lighting, like they're still going to edit it professionally. So yes, it's shot on the iPhone, but they have access to all this technology that we don't have access to, so of course it's going to look different. Just like you and I, like average Joes here, you know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of people say like there's no way. I think there is a way. There's plenty of ways actually. Is this choreography too spicy? So this is Kiss of Life for lips, hips, and kiss. It seems fans have been discussing this little quote unquote nose kiss within the choreography, as we can see in the thumbnail already. And there it is. Oh, we got it cut off, but you get the gist. But it seems people were also discussing the bra strap choreography. F, dancing with bra straps, not even overalls, is even more unbelievable. The choreography with the bra strap is so effing shady. It reminds me of that subculture in live streaming where if someone gets a donation, they react by snapping their bra strap and making a fake moaning sound. I'm going crazy just writing this disgusting stuff. Kiss of Life has way too much choreography like Sticky, so even though the songs are good, I can't even watch them. It's exhausting. Isn't it okay for Kiss of Life to stop doing this kind of stuff now? Seriously, all the members are super pretty and people are getting to know them one by one. Their songs are good too. Third gen seniors like Twice and GFriend worked so hard to get rid of this kind of stuff, and now choreo like this is creeping back in. So when it comes to sexy concepts in K-pop, like the last comment was talking about, there are instances where idols were super uncomfortable with the sexy concepts that they were given, but they felt very pressured to do it. Like they would probably get kicked out of the group if they didn't do it, you know what I mean? So, and sexy concepts in K-pop, if you're new here, were so popular in second gen. So the amount of times that people were probably forced into doing sexy concepts and they didn't want to do sexy concepts, and fans, I mean, half of the time liked the sexy concepts. They also got so much backlash for doing the sexy concepts too. Like, of course, the sentiment of, you know, wanting to get rid of them, not wanting idols to be forced into doing something that they might not want to do, that can be quite shocking. I can totally understand that. And of course, we always hope that idols are on board with the concepts that they're doing, especially when it comes to sexy concepts, right? Especially the sexy concepts. So I can understand the hesitance that people have just given the history alone, but it's definitely an interesting conversation to have. Do we just ban all sexy concepts? Obviously that's not feasible and it's not something I'm suggesting. Let me know your thoughts about that, because of course it's not everyone who thinks that the bra strap choreography is disgusting. You know, some people might not even think twice about it, right? But let me know your thoughts. So we have some BTS members who were discharged from the military. So first up, we had RM and V. So RM shared, although there were difficulties while in the military, I felt that there were many people who had been protecting our country in our stead while we were promoting as BTS. It was a meaningful time in which I could become closer to other people who have served in the military before. I'm worried for my juniors. I hope to see them again in good health after they endure a bit longer and return to society. Thank you, Army who waited. I will work hard as BTS's RM back in society. With V saying, I want to sincerely express my gratitude to Army who waited. If you wait just a little bit longer, we will return with great performances. I'll work hard as an admirable person back in society. Followed by Jimin and Jungkook also being discharged from the military. With Jimin sharing, from the COVID-19 pandemic to our military service, it was quite a long period of time. So thank you so much for waiting. I feel as if we can continue to paint the future we have been drawing, and we will showcase even more improved sides of ourselves. It was my first time in the military, and I honestly don't think it's an easy place to be. With Jungkook saying, it has been so long since I last stood in front of cameras, and I don't even have makeup on, so I feel awkward and don't know what to say. The juniors and our peers who were discharged slightly slightly earlier went through a lot because they had to live with us. So with that, the last member to be discharged will be Suga, whose discharge date is on June 21st. So just a bit more time before BTS can be all back together. I've been seeing a lot of people being like, BTS have been gone so long, I managed to have a baby, or I managed to get my degree, I managed to, you know, do whatever within that time span. So you can let me know too, what have you accomplished in the time that BTS have been gone in the military? I haven't done much. Sorry. What is going on with the boys? And how did Stray Kids and ATEEZ get brought into this? So it seems that the boys member Jiyeon got into a rumor with actress Shinsia because fans thought they had a Lovestagram together. So let's look at the quote-unquote evidence. Though keep in mind that the dating rumors have been denied. It seems fans found that they had similar keychains, oh crap. That would have got me, not gonna lie. I'm kidding. But similar stickers on their phones. Fans also realized he wore a necklace that she had previously worn. He also wore it when he went to a movie premiere she starred in. Oh, that's it. But like I said, the dating rumors were denied. With 100 saying the dating rumors between the two are not true. But that's just part one, because then it seems that he was caught smoking. So there was a video posted on Weibo seemingly showing him smoking. So it's just a video of him allegedly him smoking. I can't tell from this angle, but let's read some reactions while we're here. What the hell, oppa? Why do you smoke so unappealingly? Suddenly, I don't like smoking anymore. Wait, are they like critiquing the way he looks while smoking because he doesn't look cool while smoking? I don't What do you mean anymore? What? I'm so confused. It looks so realistic that I can't help but believe it, but at the same time, I don't want to believe it. It's hard. I thought he'd sit somewhere, cross his leg, and smoke all sexy, but suddenly he feels way too familiar or ordinary. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, so even after seeing this, he still hit it. Definitely a fan who turns their back is scarier than a malicious commenter. Now, of course, we've been through this before. We've, seen idols being, quote unquote, caught smoking. I feel it's like an unspoken thing that a lot of idols smoke. We're just not privy to it. But that's just part two. There's more. My notes are full. So the shit that hit the fans so far about the boys, Ijeon and Shinsia's dating rumors, allegedly dating even before they acted in the movie together. And there's word that the movie is based on their story. Girl, what? Dating for around half a year now, video of Ijeon smoking goes viral. Pics of Ijeon, Hyunjae, drinking goes viral. The occasion with Sangyeon introducing girls to him. The boys beep beep. They're handsome, just handsome. But why do they keep calling me baby? I can't drink no more. They keep saying my personality is good. But again, that's not it. Because now we have more members being exposed for allegedly smoking. So the photos seem to have since been deleted. But it seems that Eric can be seen with smoke coming out of his mouth, seemingly from an e-cigarette. And the second photo shows Juyeon and Sonu, with the former holding a cigarette-shaped item in his mouth, though it is unclear if it is. Sonu is in the photo's corner allegedly, but cannot be seen with any items near or in his mouth. Vapes and regular cigarettes together feel good, lol. There is no longer a group called TheBoyz. Only Kim Young-un remains, and he shall become TheBoyz. To those who think this is actually good, please try taking off your Delulu lenses just once. Delulu in Korean. What do you think Delulu in Korean is? Mangpung? Is that Delulu? The boys are seriously screwed. New news keeps coming out. From there, it seems that Sonu seemingly addressed the situation. Not directly, but they go on fan messaging apps and they'll say something that seems to allude to a specific situation. So Sonu basically said, let's not feed the trolls with these novels and come play Rumicube instead. With some fans not too happy about that. Though he did follow up with this message: the BS, I spoke too lightly and played games without being aware of the situation, even though I didn't fully understand what the I was reading this as BS, like bullshit. Dobbies, okay. The bees, I spoke too lightly and played games without being aware of the situation, even though I didn't fully understand what the bees were going through. Whatever the reason, I think the bees must be even more upset. I'm sorry, truly sorry. So then from there, people were bringing up his, quote unquote attitude controversy when after school's Nana called him out, basically saying, he ought to be scolded. This was in reference to his AirPod situation. Then somehow other groups getting implicated, including Stray Kids and ATEEZ. Now, please keep in mind, these are just rumors. We're just going to be discussing rumors. It seems Astro's MJ was named in a screenshot. Even Astro was there. MJ was effing handsome. We really had so much fun. He's so good at drinking. But anyways, it's Chanu for me. Claims of ATEEZ Mingi and Hypen, the boys, Stray Kids. Oh my goodness. One of the ovas said he was a director at a skincare clinic. So I was like, oh, I see. But I really had no clue who he was then. But he was ATEEZ's Mingi. No wonder everyone kept calling him Mingi. But I just thought he was really a director. The boys in Hypen, Stray Kids, and ATEEZ were present. The boys in Hypen and Stray Kids, while we hung out together for 10 hours, it was legendarily fun. I want a KMS sigh. So of course, let me know what you think of this situation in the comments below. let's talk about the Black Label's new Coed group, All Day Project. Now, of course, we finally got to see the lineup of this group. We have Bailey Salk, Annie Moon, Youngsup, Jo Tan, and Tarzan. This group is already receiving backlash. Now, we're going to talk about Annie and Tarzan for now, but basically Annie is the Samsung chairman's granddaughter, and people were heavily discussing this. The concept of having Samsung chairman's granddaughter debuting under your K-pop group is insane. Teddy, I see what you're doing. Y'all gagging over wealthiness is very odd. This group will be a cultural study of how out of touch Nepo babies are. I'm so over with this kind of stan culture. Do y'all realize how crazy it is to have Samsung chairman granddaughter in a group? We won so hard. I've seen a lot of quote tweets for this. Not even a single sound heard from them yet, but K-pop stans will gag over this simply because they got a Teba heiress in there. Okay. Some people being like, what do you mean we won so hard? Is she gonna pay your bills or something? Like, what do you mean? Who's winning here? Certainly not you. Now, I will give my 2 cents here. Nina, warning. Please, somebody in the comments. I hope someone in the comments gets that. Our Queen Nicole. Regardless, it is weird to praise someone for being rich, especially given the current state of the world. It is weird to praise someone just for being rich. But Miss Annie Moon is definitely not the only topic of conversation surrounding this group. We also have member Tarzan being accused of cultural appropriation. People are just going through his Instagram, pointing out some hairstyles that he has. Some people even pointing out that he was seemingly following Tory Lanez, which has led to some demanding that he be removed from the group. I made a short about this, so let's read some of your comments. I had a feeling something like this happens with every new YG or Black Label group. The way people immediately smelled the cultural appropriation, and then there's this. Him naming himself Tarzan while emulating the classic Black American rapper look that every K-pop rapper did in 2010s is just not sitting right. Like, I don't care what anyone says, a company greenlighting this in 2025 is crazy work. Not really surprised by these things that YG seems to just brush under the rug when it comes to their trainees at this point. To preface this, I am indeed Black. A problem I have with this is that there are comments from Black people that say things such as act your race or stop acting like Black people, when saying that is bad on its own, because what is acting Black? Not all Black people act the same, nor do all Asians act what you consider to be acting Asian. Personally, I couldn't care less. Not that my opinion overrides anyone else's, but yeah. As a Black person, I personally don't care about him wearing braids or a do-rag. That's his hair and his head, but then again, I really don't care when people do stuff like this since it doesn't affect me directly or my everyday life. So I personally will always side-eye a K-pop idol for doing braids because it's never just braids, it's always an aesthetic for a tough persona. I can't weigh in on the cultural appropriation part because I'm white, but following Tory is gross. After what he did to Megan, I don't like people who support that guy, so I don't like Tarzan. I'm not going to be tuning in personally, and to be honest, with the Black Label being the same imitation factory it's always been, I probably wasn't going to tune in anyways. As a Black person, when I saw his hair, I just laughed. So of course, with all that, let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. So there was a mini Miss A reunion at Min's wedding, minus Suzy. So a lot of people were wondering, where is Suzy? Why wasn't she there? aespa are going on tour again, which is leaving a lot of fans to feel like it's too much. Like, didn't they literally just finish one tour and now they're going on another tour? TWICE are also going on tour. Sagan is going solo in July with a new stage name. I'm assuming it's still pronounced Sagan, with the X representing diverse crossovers along with Sagan's infinite potential. So it seems that he's gonna have 2 professional dancers with him. TXT have plans for a summer comeback. P Nation are debuting a new group called Baby Don't Cry. It seems that Idol Soyeon is a producer behind this group. Now, a lot of people are wondering, what is that name? What is that name, Baby Don't Cry? I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse. It's fine to me, but what do you think of Baby Don't Cry, the name? But I reckon that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.